Hi everyone, Dr. D here. Today what I want to talk about is a really interesting article that I read recently about entrepreneurial happiness. Are entrepreneurs happier than everybody else? And it's interesting that the short answer to that question is yeah, they are. But there's some complexities to it. So let's just kind of dig into this article that I found, and it's done by a scholar from Baylor University named Boris Nikolaev. And he says, if you look at the data, it turns out that entrepreneurs on average earn less money than a typical employed person, work 13 hours more a week, and report that it's a very stressful occupation. But despite that, right, there's overwhelming evidence that entrepreneurs report significantly higher levels of job satisfaction. So that's kind of interesting. And I think it's something that I've tried to highlight in the various different consultancies and teachings and things, speeches that I give and so on about the entrepreneurial lifestyle. Most people don't go into entrepreneurship in order to make more money than they would being employed by somebody else. In fact, it turns out that the research is also quite clear that we as entrepreneurs, we tend to make less money than we would working for somebody else. But it's also clear that most of us choose this life path because we just don't want to have to answer to somebody else. We really want to be our own boss, right? So it's really interesting. It says here, entrepreneurs are happier in terms of all indications of life satisfaction and work satisfaction. And this is by Professor Ute Stefan from the King's College in London. And, of course, the entrepreneurial lifestyle is full of stress and anxiety and ambiguity, all the things that we talk about. And in fact, oftentimes entrepreneurs have a very difficult time making the work-life balance, right? Because work tends to be something that consumes all of us. But what it really is about more than anything is a search for meaning. And entrepreneurs are able to develop a meaningful life because they're creating value in a unique way to offer to people. And, in my own life, in the various ventures that I've started and been a part of, I find that to be the most rewarding thing. Not only to create value for people that are willing to pay for it, which is really cool, but then also to create meaningful jobs for other people. And that I find to be the most rewarding part of entrepreneurship and a really strong reason to think about entrepreneurship as a lifestyle choice.